Alright, y'all. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because we're about to go deep into some Bitcoin technical analysis. Really what I want to do here, guys, is I want to go over this last week and kind of show you how I've been trading this and how if we just take this zoomed out, very simple approach, we can have some success in these markets. Now, notice on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, people have been so bullish. People have been so bearish during this past week, guys. People were so bearish when Bitcoin was down here, and people were so bullish when Bitcoin was up here. And if we just zoom out and look at this, we can see that we've been trading sideways. Now, earlier this week, a few days ago, when we were trading down in this area and people were calling for 10 and 13K, I was getting bullish. In fact, I made a video where I was basically saying we could get a massive Bitcoin bounce, and this was on July 12th. So this is 3 days ago, and this was my rationale for feeling bullish at the time.
And so as long as we are holding these higher lows here, it just makes sense that we would come back up to the highs. People were getting super bullish up here. We rejected off key resistance. We're able to grab the short trade. People are now getting bearish down here as we get lower and lower. We'll see what happens when New York opens. But if we can hold these levels, it is possible, guys, that we could really now put in a higher high on a macro time frame.
So as we're coming down to the support, again, we're just marking out key highs and key lows. We're saying this is not the time to be bearish. This is the time to be bullish. And what do you know? We come down to the support, and we start to get a move to the upside. Now, yesterday we did something very significant, which is we came above this very high volume node at $20,500. The reason why this is so significant is because if we are basically looking at this range in terms of volume, right? And let me actually mute these Discord notifications. If we're looking at this range in terms of volume, what happens is if we come below this value area low and then we get a move back up inside, we look for resistance right here at the high volume node. Now, if we come above that high volume node, then we can look to a move up to this value area high. So right now, so long as we can hold this $20,500 level as support, then I'm actually looking for higher Bitcoin prices to come back up to this zone right here. I would say $21,000 to $22,000. This is going to be very, very key because if we come up here, then it's possible, like as I was saying in that video, that we can get a move and put in a higher high on a macro time frame coming above 23K. Now, this range has made for some very, very nice trades. Yes, we did take the long trade from that $19,000 level. It was very, very juicy. We actually got a few entries here because we got the initial long, and then the inflation news came out and gave us that dump. And then after we got the inflation dump, we were basically looking to get back long if we retested that weekly level. That's pretty much exactly what did happen, right? We retested the weekly level, and that made for a very nice long trade. As we can see right here, I got into that long trade at the retest of that weekly level, and I held that thing, and I recently just closed it. Unfortunately, guys, honestly, it was a stupid move on my end, but I won't get into that. But we have been giving the trade setups in this VIP Discord according to the levels, right? The short trade was given in advance as well from the high that we put in at 22.5. That was a trade that we did give and that we did take. Let's see if I could find it right here. Yeah, this trade right here, guys. From 22.3 was my entry here, this short trade. It's been pretty crazy, but if we zoom out and just take a look at things objectively, we can see that these are the key levels. By the way, if you want to join the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. We give the trade setups, we give the levels, we have multiple live streams a week. It's a great community. So what am I looking at right now? Well, right now, if we come to a lower term time frame, again, we're above that high volume node. We're above the high volume node. As I said, I accidentally closed out of that long trade in a moment of confusion, let's just say. But right now, the only position I am in right now is this short position, unfortunately. But I am basically looking to potentially put in now another higher low and then get into a long, taking us up to, you know, the 21.5 to 23K area. So what I like to do is I like to look at this and say, okay, we're clearly in an uptrend, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, looking to put in a higher low. Where are some places that we can expect to put in a higher low? Well, what I like to do is let's look at the volume of this uptrend that we've been in locally here. These are the key levels, I would say. And so let's mark some of these out just based on volume here. And then I like to pull myself some fibs. And so I can pull a fib from the low to the high. And we just kind of want to see, is there any kind of confluence that we can find here? I really like this $20,100 level, simply because there's a VWAP gap here and there's a golden pocket. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I would say a retest of the $20,500 area right now would be a really nice place to get into a another long position for me, just because we do have a golden pocket there. It's a retest of this previous resistance now as our support. And so we also have the VWAP coming in right around there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm still just looking at these three levels, right? Yesterday I was talking about the three most important levels that we have on the chart, and I still basically consider those to be the three most important levels: 22.5, 20,500, and then 19.2. All of these are basically the key levels I am looking at. And it's interesting, you know, as we head into the weekend here, guys, as we head into the weekend, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens here. We did come up to the weekly open, and that's actually where we're currently getting a little, finding some resistance at the weekly open. So very interesting. This weekly open will determine whether or not the weekly candle closes purple or blue. So just to put that into perspective, the weekly open, if anybody doesn't know what that is, the weekly open is basically the price that the weekly candle opened at, right? So right now, the week opened at the price of 20,836, right? So yesterday, last night, we came up above that level a little bit, and you know, we got our first rejection from it, which did make for a nice short trade. In the VIP Discord, you know, the next level I was looking at was weekly open to take a short trade. I did grab a short scalp from there. And, you know, again, if we can close above this orange line at 20,836, that will give us a blue weekly candle, which, by the way, will then give us two blue weekly candles in a row, getting this green dot on market Cipher B, which in my opinion is a little bit pretty bullish, honestly, for a significant move to the upside. And so if we can close this candle blue, I think that's bullish. If we can come above $23,000, $23,000 is a very key level. If we can come above that, we will officially change market structure, breaking out of this range for the first time, really, since November 11th, that we broke out of a range to the upside. And so, again, if that happens, I think we can get a move back up to the $28,000 level where we had these previous lows. So we could be getting that move that we've been looking for, coming down to the low of the range and then breaking out. We have momentum on all these high time frames are looking bullish. The weekly, in my opinion, looks bullish. The 4 hour, in my opinion, is looking bullish. We got our 4 hour bullish divergences down here. Money flow crossing into the blue. I think that the daily is also looking pretty bullish. Look at this trigger wave printing right here. We've also got the anchor, trigger now, money flow getting higher. So we will have to wait and see what happens. But that's kind of how I'm approaching these markets right now. So guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we'll see how this weekend goes. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, the Messiah. And yeah, we'll see everybody in the next video. Peace.